Okay, I'm gonna do this right this year. This is the year I finally get it right. We are now in Pride Month. Hooray! Woo! It's Pride Month! Alright! Yes, we are in Pride Month. It is the month of June where we celebrate all things LGBTQIA and every other letter that I can't think of. The point is, those in the community, wonderful people, if you do fall under really any of those letters, I hope you take the time to enjoy this month. It's your month. Go enjoy it. It's gonna be awesome. Do it. Seriously, do it. For the record, I've said this before, I'm straight. I'm just very comfortable with my sexuality. I went to an all-boys prep school after high school. I can tell you for a fact I'm comfortable with my sexuality. Straight as an arrow, dude. Although, it's funny, because here's the thing. My low for yesterday was I didn't really get an opportunity to see my mom because, my nephews had to play soccer. And, you're probably wondering, because I've talked about my nephews playing soccer before, but my brother didn't want anyone to potentially distract him this year, so that's why I couldn't really see him play outside of, video recordings. So there's that. And then here's another part of my low. It's really because I don't get jealous that often, but I really had to get jealous here because my mom went with some of her girlfriends to Libs. I gotta get me some girlfriends so I can go to Libs. Hey, my mom can do it, why can't I? Okay, I had to get that out of the way. But my high is, I did get to spend the evening with my dad. And, it wasn't Libs, but we did get Emilio's Pizza last night for dinner. Emilio's Pizza. It's good pizza. Love it very much. Although I will admit, my father ordered extra cheese. It didn't really look like there was extra cheese in me. I don't know, maybe I'm just being nitpicky. Although, full disclosure, I haven't really ordered myself any Emilio's in a long time because they once screwed up my order. Seriously, yes, Emilio's did in fact once screw up my order. I'll get into it. Well, I can quickly talk about it now. Basically, I ordered a pizza with all the toppings I like on it. It was like it's basically their house special, which has peppers, onions, sausage, pepperoni, and mushrooms. But I also got extra cheese, ham, and bacon on it too. I get the pizza, and they only put it on half of the pizza. Why would I want all those toppings if you're only going to put it on half of the pizza? I'm sorry, at the very least, they just allowed me to pay for, just a cheese pizza, I guess. So, that was good. But, come on. You don't order that many toppings on a pizza and only put it on half. That's just common courtesy. Anyway, my act of kindness was, I helped set up the table and, clear with my dad. Put dishes in the dishwasher, took care of everything. And for a little while, I stayed with my folks after my mom got home. And we watched America's Got Talent. America's Got Talent is back, baby. Yes. Man, I missed America's Got Talent. So, good morning. Happy hump day, everybody. It is America's Got Talent. And, it's America's Got Talent. I love talking about this show. I love the auditions. They're great. Although, I definitely have to talk about, they do show a couple failures. But I'll get to one that really, I thought stood out to me the most. But first act, you don't even get an introduction to these people. It's this one drumming percussion group from Chicago. Shout out to the Windy City. And I have several friends and, friends and family who are also from Chicago. So I love Chicago. I really want to go to Chicago one day. I'll tell you what, help me get like YouTube famous, and I'll be able to do other videos at other places like Chicago. That'd be really cool. That'd be really cool if I did that. Anyway, so this like drumming percussion group, they were awesome. Like, I don't really have anything else to say about that. A few singers were great. Love the singers. There was an act that featured poodles. Oh, the little puppies were so cute. But I have to say, before the dogs came on, there was this one guy who brought on a pony. A real, live, adorable little pony. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Hold on. Ugh. Eyelash gum. I hate that so much. Ugh. Okay, there we go. All better. And like this pony would not cooperate at all. And it was so sad too. Like, of all acts you think would have like the most potential ever, like the pony was like one of the ones that fell flat like the most. Like ever. And oh, then there was this one guy who tried to be like a magician, but he tried to hide a bottle, and it turns out that the bottle was attached to his rear end. Yeah, that really wasn't a very good one. I tell you what though, my father is always like really critical about these sorts of things. And like for a while we saw some good acts, but nothing that really wowed him. And it's a real shame too. Because I left home and got back here before the ending, and I saw the ending. In fact, spoiler, I saw this act again, by the way, because I was just so moved. I literally went to bed happy, and I wanted to wake up and get myself wake happy, so I saw this act again. There's one guy named Avery Dixon, who is a saxophone player. Now, full disclosure, I went to high school with probably one of the best saxophone players in the entire country. Arguably the best saxophone player in the entire country. Should I say his name? Oh. I'm sure anyone from my home area who knows me and went to school with me knows exactly who it is I'm talking about. But like this Avery Dixon guy, he was like 21 years old, and he grew up being bullied because he had like knots on the side of his head because he was born a premature baby. I think he said it was like 1 pound, 8 ounces, so that's rough right there. But also, his vocal cords don't close all the way, so he sounds kind of like airy, but I don't mind that sort of voice at all. I would never make fun of that. But he basically got bullied when he was a kid. Honestly, as someone who's been bullied himself, to the point where I personally contemplated, I feel for him. And honestly, it breaks my heart that in this day and age, when we really do try and practice, tolerance, it really does break my heart that people are still being bullied. It really does. Needless to say, I really felt for this Avery Dixon guy. And he starts playing the saxophone, and he was unbelievable. And I'll never forget too, because Simon asks this Avery Dixon guy, he's like, the saxophone over the years tends to go in and out of style. What do you think about that? And then Avery Dixon probably had the best possible answer ever. And he says, well, it largely has to do with the artist. And you know what? That's fact. The reason why lots of acts, similar looking acts, or really anything at all that happens to be, big or grand, the moments tend to come and go because maybe it's timing, maybe the people, the right people weren't there, or maybe it's just unlucky, whatever have you, like things tend to come and go. But, it's just like the old saying goes, tough times don't last, but tough people do. And this Avery Dixon, he practiced his saxophone, it gave him, something to do in a positive way. And he nailed his audition. And, all those bullies that made fun of him when he was a kid, well, I can guarantee you they aren't laughing anymore. Especially when they're about to vote and then Terry Crews, my man Terry Crews, walks out. He's like, there will be no need for voting here. He's like, you know what? You can tell the world that you got a big brother named Terry Crews, which, it's no secret in the past I've talked about how awesome I think Terry Crews is. And there's lots of other examples I could pull out of my head in which I can tell you that Terry Crews is awesome. But if you need further vindication on that, watch Terry Crews give Avery Dixon the golden buzzer. Because that's exactly what wound up happening. What can I say, man? It's Terry Crews. I liked America's Got Talent, already before. But I swear, the show, went to a level beyond what I think a lot of people thought possible in the last couple of years. And I largely think that Terry Crews has to do with it. He's a big, muscular guy with a sensitive soul. That's like the most awesome thing ever. I'm a big guy with it. And I can relate too, because I'm a big guy with a sensitive soul. I don't have the muscles that Terry Crews does, but it isn't. I don't got muscles outside, but I've got muscles in here. Quite literally, I have muscles in here. Your body is made up of, muscle tissue, of smooth cardiac and skeletal muscle. So I definitely have plenty of muscle in here. In fact, I just pointed to my cardiac muscle. So there you go. As someone who took health sciences and therefore anatomy and physiology, I know I would sure hope after all this time I knew a thing or two about the human body. Holy cow. I struggled in college just because I didn't want to study. But I still learned some stuff that I still know to this day, so that's awesome. But yes, it is so incredibly awesome. We got America's Got Talent back. I'm excited to see what happens next week. We have Avery Dixon, who made it to the live shows. And a lot of the great actually, one act I thought was really good too, was this one woman from Spain who was a ventriloquist, but not the kind of ventriloquist you would think. Because normally you think ventriloquist and you think, puppets, dummies, Jeff Dunham, Darcy Lynn, Jay Johnson, any one of those puppets, right? But this woman did something different. She basically got like a miniature radio, and all the sounds coming from everywhere on stage, that was from her. This is... Seriously, ventriloquism has existed for hundreds of years. How did no one think to try this? I can kind of guess why, because, puppets are... Yes, there are people who think puppets are creepy, but I don't think so. I think puppets can be cool. If they're meant to be portrayed in a creepy way, say, Chucky from the Child's Play movies, or Slappy from the Goosebumps books, those guys are meant to be scary. But come on, man, they're puppets. They won't scare you. Seriously, I think puppets and also clowns, I don't think are scary at all. I wouldn't even go so far as to say, they're sad or pathetic. I like those things. I like clowns. I like puppets. They're cool. You know, they're just what they are, you know? And, yeah. So, saw a lot of great action tonight. Avery Dixon, that is wonderful that you got your golden buzzer. Thank you, Terry Crews. You are the man, as per usual. You know, I don't know what else to say other than, you know, oh, actually, there's one thing I could say because, you know, I mentioned the whole thing about bullying earlier. And it really is important that I talk about it today because, again, today is the first day of Pride Month. It's no secret that even in a day and age where tolerance is more abundant, I guess, for lack of a better analogy, that bullying still occurs. And it's absolutely awful. And I don't pity anyone who gets, and I don't pity anyone who gets bullied. You know, I feel for them. You know, I was bullied too, so I can definitely tell you, I guarantee you at some point, somebody's been bullied. Whether you realize it or whether, you know, it was only for a little bit or not. But ultimately, it's what you make of it. And in the case of, you know, Avery Dixon, he found the saxophone. In the case of the LGBTQIA community, you know, you have just good people in that community just trying to be themselves and who they are, and that's awesome. Hey, listen, you're going to find yourself, listen, if it's not already obvious, you have a pride ally in me, okay? I have a pride ally. It's a real shame too because I planned on getting like some sort of like, you know, print out of like a rainbow to hang up behind me somewhere, but the time just got away from me and I forgot. But, you know, this year I'm definitely going to try and be a lot better with, you know, promoting, you know, Pride Month. So, with that said, you know, I hope you all liked this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Follow me on social media. You know, I am very humbled to make this video for all of you guys to watch. Enjoy it for today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday and a wonderful first day of Pride Month. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk or channels, be here to lend and I'll always hear back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.